Hey, Chris with Codify Academy here. I want to do a quick review of what we've done so far. We started with setting up our coding environment. We downloaded Google Chrome for a web browser. We have Atom for a text editor. Git will be for our version control, and we signed up for GitHub. Once we had our tools to code, we created some files and folders and a template folder that we're going to use to create new projects. Then we saw some HTML and CSS concepts and built a basic website in the folder Codify1. Some of the things in HTML we need to remember are we create elements, aka tags, in an HTML file, which are used to display words and images on a web page. Each element usually has a start tag and an end tag, although some elements only have a start tag and are known as void tags. Attributes can be added to a start tag of an element and are always set equal to quotes and then have a value inside of those quotes. Here are some examples of some elements with or without attributes. And then some things in CSS we need to remember. Our selectors are added in a .css file, which are used to choose HTML elements from a .html file, and then we can style them. We always follow our selectors with curly brackets, and there are many different types of selectors. So far we have selected HTML elements by their tag name, by the value added to the class attribute, or to the ID attribute. Remember, if we're selecting by class, we use a period followed by the value inside of a class attribute. Or for ID, we use a hash, again followed by the value inside of the ID attribute. And we saw how to use multiple selectors at once. And once we have some HTML selected, we can add property and value pairs, and that's going to change how those elements or element will look. And there's no limit to the amount of properties we can add to a selector. Next, you should have moved on to complete Code Academy, learn HTML and CSS Part 1. Those were interactive lessons, and you should have done external readings. Then you should have followed that up with a website replication for the logo website. And then you should have pushed the 3 projects that we built, the template folder, Codify1, and logo, to GitHub using Git. And if you didn't do one or more of these things, that's okay. Just check out the video description for links on what you need to do. Otherwise, hopefully you're familiar with all these concepts, you built all those projects, and you loaded them up to GitHub. And that means that we can move on.